and enable screen sharing for, oh, multiple participants can share simultaneously. Let's see if that works.
Okay, let me see. Um, I guess that is me. Can everybody see this?
Yes,
I
Yes,
see you, Laura.
Yay!
absolutely can.
I think I'll
All
put
right.
the previous conversation when I post this video.
All right. It's all right. We're all learning together. It's been 8 months, but we're still learning, and that's good. So let's do this. All right. So Symphoria is the orchestra of Central New York. And if you've been in Syracuse for a long time, you may have been familiar with the Syracuse Symphony. But Symphoria has been here since for like the last 8 years, and is actually the is a musician oriented, well, not just musician oriented, but musician owned orchestra, which is a little bit different than other orchestras, but the music still sounds the same. We have a diverse group of musicians hailing from around the globe, bringing with them a breadth of musical expertise. And we've got more than 50 world class musicians. And of course, they come from all walks of life and they play all different kinds of instruments, flutes, percussion, violins. I actually play violin, but I do not play in the orchestra. And many of these world class musicians have chosen to make Central New York their home. Some people grew up here and were trained here. Other, other people came from other countries or other parts of the United States to play here with Symphoria. Now, the 2020 season is underway with live streamed concerts. You might have noticed a lot of stuff is closed. So we don't have concerts with in person audiences, but we are having the concert so you can actually see the live stream at home or wherever you happen to have internet access. But the concerts and the rehearsals don't look the same. If you look at this picture, it looks like everybody's kind of in a clear cubicle. We've created these cubicle things so that there's a space for each person, and we've got air cleaners so that everybody is socially distanced, and it's safe for the musicians to rehearse and to perform. So, yep, physical barriers and social distancing, but still making the music. And already this year, Symphoria has performed 8 concerts. As I said, all concerts are live streamed this season, so you can watch on your phone, your computer, your iPad, any device you have, even the phone in your hand, anywhere in the world. And because a lot of things are closed still, the Civic Center, where Symphoria usually performs, is still closed to the public. So we're performing and rehearsing in Inspiration Hall on James Street, which used to be a church. It's a beautiful place. And that's where all of the, like I said, the rehearsals and the performances are originating from. So, what's next? Coming up, we have the Classical Christmas. That's on December 12th. So, what, just 10 days away. And tickets are available for that. You may have also gotten some information from Steve about the um, about the holiday pops, which is December 18th and 19th. There will be 3 different shows, not quite this many people, but the orchestra is rehearsing and getting ready to prepare to play some of the most popular holiday songs on December 18th at 7:30, and there are going to be 2 shows on December 19th. That's 1:30 matinee and also at 7:30 on the 19th. And we have a discount code for you. So if you haven't bought your tickets yet, I have a discount code for you at the end, and Steve will also have a flyer that you can email with the discount code. So this year, 2020 to 2021, Symphoria has 24 total concerts between September and May. The next concert, as I said, is the classical Christmas and then the holiday pops. We've got something called Your Favorite Things in January, where a lot of the patrons have voted on different composers that they really like. And we're working on, we've tabulated the votes. So it's going to be kind of a surprise show. When you get there, you'll find out who won, who got the most votes. So that's kind of a fun thing. And then Gospel Meets Symphony in April, where we're going to be working with some local gospel vocalists. Now, in addition to traditional classical and pops concerts, you may not know that Symphoria performs several kids' concerts each season. And these are especially for kids and families. And in the past, before COVID, when you could get up close and personal, we'd have interactive educational activities where the kids could learn about flutes and drums and play violins. And we still have interactive activities, but they are virtual for the time being. The next kids concert has a fun and scientific theme, and it will be early next year. It's called The Science of Sound. It's February 6th, where kids and their families will have a chance to learn the fun things that music and science have in common. And I think it's going to be especially fun because the percussion section is going to be featured in this concert. So it's going to be drums and cymbals and xylophones, all sorts of fun things. Now, in addition to the kids' concerts, Symphoria also has the youth orchestra programs. There are 3 ensembles with increasing levels of artistry. So kids between 5th and 12th grade can perform in the Symphoria youth orchestras. So maybe you have a grandson or a niece or a nephew who plays an instrument. It could be a string instrument, could be a woodwind, could be percussion. If they're interested, just make sure you contact us at experiencesymphoria.org. Information on the youth orchestra is right there. And this year we are still doing youth orchestra just in smaller groups instead of having a lot of kids on the stage at once or rehearsing at once. We're having smaller groups of maybe 7 or 8 or quartets or quintets. Now, as I said, we have more concerts between now and May: classical Christmas, holiday pops, your favorite things. We have the kids concerts. We have 2 of them in the spring, Gospel Meets Symphony in April, and there's a whole host of other concerts. And again, they're all going to be live streamed, so you can watch on your device anywhere in the world. Easy to order tickets online at experiencesymphoria.org, or you can call the box office at 315-299-5598, and the box office is open weekdays from 9:30 to 3:30. Now, what happens when I order tickets? Because it's different now than it was before. When you order your tickets, you'll get a confirmation email when you order. So if you order tickets for the holiday pops right now, you'll get a confirmation email in your order, but you won't actually get the link to watch the show. So when do you get that link? You'll get 2 emails the week of the show with that link. So if the show's on Saturday, you'll get an email on Monday and another email on Friday, both of them with the same information. So the first one is kind of like, hey, the show's coming up. And the second one, it has the same information, but it's more like a reminder. And this is kind of like what the email will look like. It'll have the link and tell you when the stream starts and when the actual concert starts. There'll also be a link to the digital program book so you can read more about the performers and about the different pieces that are going to be performed. And then you'll also get an email just after the stream starts on the day of the concert with an alternate link. Most everyone is using Vimeo. That's where the original links will go to. But if you have a problem, the alternate link goes to YouTube, and nobody has a problem with that. So, like I said, the next concert coming up is Classical Christmas. These are classical Christmas songs that just about everybody knows, and that's going to be live streamed on December 12th at 7:30. And then we have the holiday pops, which is more like jingle bells and that kind of stuff. December 18th and 19th, 3 different performances. And again, I told you there was going to be a discount code. So if you order by phone or you order online, you just need to use this code ES 2021. So ES 2021, and you'll save, I think, 20% on your ticket. So other concerts coming up, we are supposed to partner with Circovation in January. Again, I mentioned the Science of Sound on February 6th. D. Lovely Valentine on February 13th with some CNY local singers. So we're looking forward to that. Fantasia of Dance. It's the anniversary of the movie Fantasia. So a lot of that music along with dancers in March. Gospel Meets Symphony in April. Peter and the Wolf, which is going to be a lot of fun for families and especially for kids on May 1st. And Natasha returns on May 15th. And those are just some of the highlights of the season for Symphoria as we continue to perform with live streams on the internet. And it really is pretty easy. As I showed you a copy of the email, you just click the link when it's time to watch the concert, and pretty much the link does it all for you. So if you want to keep up with Symphoria news, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and you can also sign up for our email newsletter, which is easy to do. Go to our website, which is experiencesymphoria.org, and then go to the very bottom of the page, and then it says sign up for the Symphoria newsletter, and you put in a couple pieces of information, and we send out e-newsletters, I want to say once a week. Also, if you need a gift for the music lover in your life, you can gift a live stream. Or if you really know they like Symphoria a lot, we just opened the Symphoria swag shop, I think just about a week ago. So you can go to our website, go all the way to go to where it says buy and then merchandise. And then you get to the Symphoria swag shop. And there are all sorts of different things. Lots of fun stuff. T-shirts and polos for men and for women. We've got mugs and also masks. So if you want to wear a mask that says Symphoria, you can do that. There's a whole bunch of different stuff, whether you want to buy it for yourself or you can buy it for someone else as a gift. Just go to our website, experiencesymphoria.org, and then go to merchandise. So we want to invite the Syracuse Elfun Society to this symphony. You're welcome to come to each and every one of the performances for the rest of the year. If you want to buy tickets for one show or for every concert, you can get a discount. So go ahead and write this code down. It will also be on a flyer that Steve is going to email to the membership. Again, the discount code is ES2021, and make sure you use it all in all caps if you're using it online. That's ES2021 to save 20% on your ticket. So we really want to, I really want to thank you for inviting me to speak with you today. And we want to invite you to the symphony. We're getting ready for the holiday pops and the classical Christmas. And I think we have a lot of great shows between now and the end of May. So if you have any questions, you can reach me at lmosby@experiencesymphoria.org. And my phone number, my direct number is 315-434-5650. So again, I'm Lara Mosby, the Community Engagement Director for Symphoria. And I want to thank you for having me here, because, you know, I get to talk about music and Symphoria and how great Syracuse is, like how it snowed today, but there's nothing sticking on the ground right now, at least not where I am, which is good.
Thank you, Lara.
Well, thank you.
That was very informative.
Laura, Laura, I have a question.
Sure.
There's nothing like being at the Civic Center. in the hall.
Mhm.
How is this format being received?
Well,
Can
I
you-
think at the very beginning, some people were not really sure about it because, when you buy tickets, traditionally, when you buy tickets to the symphony, it's, you're going with your best friend or you're going with a group of friends. You might go to dinner ahead of time, and it really is a social experience. You might be going to see, to support one of your friends who's a musician. But right now, we're not doing a lot of socializing. So um, some people were a little bit hesitant about it because, they didn't want to stay home. They wanted to go to the Civic Center, but the Civic Center is closed, at least, for our purposes. Um, so we made other arrangements so we could still perform. And a lot of people are really liking it. And some people who have not had a chance to um, attend Symphoria concerts in the past are really enjoying it as well. Some of our musicians' families live in other countries or in other states and now can watch their nieces and nephews, grandsons, whatever. Um, Also, people who live, who are from Syracuse, but maybe they're snowbirds and go to Florida, or they spend some time in other places. Now they can enjoy the music from their hometown when they're out of town. And, you know, we can be realistic about the place that we live. Syracuse is a great place to live. And this year we had, I think, the best summer ever. But we do get winter weather. So sometimes you don't want to slog through the snow. So now you can sit on your couch in your favorite fuzzy slippers and make some hot chocolate and enjoy the symphony, um, with your family.
I certainly don't have a musician's ear like Fred would, but with musicians sitting in cubicles, you described them as cubicles. The sound quality, is that really noticeable to someone who has a musician's ear, or
Well, I think it's different because when you are in an ensemble, you're used to sitting next to somebody. So you can hear how the person over here, what they sound like, and the person over here, what they sound like. Um, so you have to listen more and you have to watch a little more because, you see the conductor, we can all see the conductor, but for some of the people in the back of the orchestra, they may be looking at the conductor between through two or three or four thicknesses of plastic, so he gets a little blurry. So they have to work harder to really pay attention and make sure that they keep all together. But the music has sounded really, really good. I went to one of the first rehearsals um, after they hadn't after the group hadn't rehearsed together, um, for the whole summer. And I mean, this is a group of world class musicians. They know their stuff. They prepare so that they're ready for rehearsal and performances. So I heard a rehearsal that I thought was ready for performance, and I talked to some of the musicians, and they said, "Oh no, that wasn't. We need to do better." But their idea of we have to do better was so good. So, and that was with the partitions. They're doing a really, really good job. And I mean, and they're working hard. Um, but I think the music, the way it sounds, I think it's top notch.
Hey, let me ask a question if I could. Has
Sure.
anybody who's participating in this done one of these live streaming concerts?
No, I have
It
not.
kind of sounds like the answer is no. Let me give you my 2 cents worth. Um, we tried it probably about 3 weeks ago when they were doing a children's concert. That's not to imply that I'm regressing in age or anything, but it sounded kind of like a neat neat way to listen, because Donna and I had been seasoned subscribers for a number of years, and it finally, a couple of years ago, we got to the point where, driving downtown and parking after dark and walking and stuff, we just decided that we didn't want to do that. So when we saw that we could stream it, we tried it. And when I first called it up on my iPhone, it was like, a picture about 2 inches by 3 inches. But I found on my iPhone there's a little button I can tap, and since I have a smart TV, it'll stream from my iPhone right to the TV, which has a better sound system. So once we did that, you got about the same kind of view of the orchestra that we would have gotten if we were actually sitting in the conference hall. The sound, it's not exactly the same. If you're listening on an iPhone or an iPad, you'll hear the sound. It'll be pleasurable, but you'll be disappointed. When I switched over to my TV, I've got a separate sound system. That was a lot better, and I can say that in terms of exactly duplicating it, no, it didn't, but it was very enjoyable, and the ability to just sit at home and not worry about driving downtown and parking and the weather and walking around after dark and stuff like that kind of offset it. I think it came out as a plus on the side of Symphoria. But that's just my view. And for you folks that are musical experts, you may have a different view. But as a kind of a layperson, that was mine.
Well, I will say I have some musical training. I've played violin since I was 6. And I will agree with Steve that, it's not the same as being in the concert hall, because, most everybody doesn't have an acoustically perfect living room, right? But it is really a great way to experience the symphony, especially if you have somebody in your household who says they'll go, but then when it's time to go, they kind of drag their feet and then don't want to go, et cetera, et cetera. So all they have to do is get on the couch and get ready for some entertainment. So it is a great way to get some people to enjoy the symphony that maybe otherwise wouldn't go. And like Steve said too, there's no parking, there's no worrying about the weather. And if you have kids or grandkids, you don't have to worry about maybe, I mean, kids are welcome at the concert hall, but if you were wondering about, bedtimes or babysitters, that becomes less of an issue because everybody's at home.
It is a great convenience.
Well, I could also note we had my 5-year-old grandson with us when we tried it that time, and he watched it for 15 minutes, which, given that his normal attention span is about 2, seemed to work out pretty well for us.
All right, we'll take that. And it is a great way to introduce kids to music. Maybe they can't make it through the whole concert, but if it's 15 or 20 minutes, that's more than before. Or maybe they decide that they like it, or like I said, especially the kids concert that's coming up in February, which is all about percussion and drums and things you bang on. I think a lot of the kids are really going to be into that. Other questions?
Yeah, Laura, this is Carl Schermack.
Hi.
First of all, I want to thank you for participating with us today. That's very good for you to share both your knowledge and your time with us. And then also thank you for the coupon code. I know that we look forward to listening to the pop concert next week on the 18th. My question, I think, relates to, say, next season.
Mhm.
So we successfully do this season, and next season, maybe if progress is made with the COVID virus and we're able to get to the point where you can do in-person concerts again, would you be our first point of contact as far as trying to arrange a small group, or would there be somebody in group sales? And if so, who would that be?
Well, you could contact me if you have a certain number of people. You can call the box office and say we have a group of 20, and Emily, who's our box office manager could help you. But, you know, if you had any questions, you could certainly call me or email me, either way.
Good, thank you.
Lara, what was your email address again?
It's L Mosby. That's, you got a pen? You ready?
Yes, yes.
All right. L Mosby. That's LMOSBY at Experience Symphoria. That's SYMPHORIA.org.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Email me anytime with questions. My direct phone number too is 315-434-5650. So if you have a question, you can call me. If I don't answer, leave me a message and I'll call you back.
Thank you, Lara.
Any other questions?
It's very good. It's enjoyable.
Thank you.
Laura, thanks a lot. We really appreciate your taking the time.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Lara.
Well, thank you so much. Like I said before, I will send an email to Steve, and he will have that flyer with more information about our next 2 concerts and that coupon code for you, which will be good through the end of this season. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
I think what I'll do is I'll take what you send me, Laura, and I'll attach the link to the video of this conference and then pass it out to all the membership.
Sounds great.
Thank you very much.
And thanks, also thanks Steve for all the work he did to put this together.
Yes.
Well, thanks.
And he learned something too. He learned where the share button was.
Yeah, sure. Okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Happy
Yeah,
holidays,
thank you.
everybody.
Yeah. Bye-bye.